and welcome to your February 2016 reading. It's really great to see everybody again, and I've had to start this video 4 times, so even though we're out of Mercury retrograde, the shadow's still affecting me. But 4th or 5th time's a charm, and I also believe that if there's a little error, then I'm supposed to rethink the way I'm stating it. So I think I have it clear this time. I'm really happy to be looking at something different channeled information-wise for everybody this month. What I wanted to think about is what your latent or hidden skill is that you can activate in February. So activation is what we're going to be working with, and activating a certain element or part of yourself. Think of it as a superpower if you like, because I'm a fantasy sci-fi guy, and I love thinking about stuff on a cosmic level like that. For you, it's projection. Projection is, it could get confused with illusion, but it's not. So think more, all right, Star Wars just came out a couple months ago. Think about the Jedi mind trick where you can project a truth into the universe. That's what projection is. And so what I want you to start doing is thinking every day about how you feel about yourself, the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the way you present yourself, and start putting out the ideal version of you, and eliminate the little tape in your head or the little recording in your head that says, I can't do this, I'm not this enough, I'm not that enough. Instead, think, I will be what I want to be. I am on my way to becoming, or even more powerful, I am. So I am successful. I am a good actress, actor, writer, doctor, lawyer. And I will help people, and I'm ready now for opportunities to come my way. Think like this, and instead of an exclusionary sort of way. That's your power. That's what I want you to activate this month. Okay. And let me reshuffle your catalyst card. I had one here, but since I had to start the video again, it is no longer valid. So let's see if it comes back through, or if the universe wanted you to have a different catalyst, which I think might be the case. My guides work in strange ways, and so sometimes they make me crash the program that I'm working in, so I have to record again. All right. So you do have a different catalyst card. Originally, it was a bird's eye view one, like the eagle, I think it was. So with this, I need you to move out of a state of non-action. So you'll notice it says non-action and entitlement. So this catalyst is actually the reverse of what's coming through. So it's showing me what you need to remove as a block. So you've had some ideas that you've been sitting around waiting to kind of activate, do something with, but either through lack of action, through being not motivated, or through feeling like it should just come to you, there's been nothing going on. So I want to clear up something like the universe, God, divinity, whatever. It's there to help facilitate, but it does not just do it on its own. We're like actors, and it opens up the opportunities. We have to show up to work every day, and so this is saying you've got to do the work. But if you do, and if you project powerfully out what you want, it's there to help you out, and opportunities will pop up. So it's just that nudge you need to get out of bed and do whatever it is. Jog, practice the piano, write a chapter in your book, whatever it is. I want you to take the month of February and not waste a single day. And if you need to listen to this video to hear that again and get motivated, then use me. And I'm telling you right now, don't waste a single day. We're getting great cards for you for prosperity this month. I usually don't read until the very end here, but I can see them coming through, and I see what the catalyst and channeled information we're bringing through are also resonating here. Opportunity that's been somehow held off by inactivity or doubt, or sometimes just lethargic sort of state of mind. So central to this was temperance in reverse. Temperance is all about the flowing of information, the flowing of energy. It's also about you keeping a really even mind and even attitude towards things. If you do, there's often an angel illustrated in this card, but basically the universe works through you. What I like about this one, I'll get closer, is the beautiful lilies that are growing here. What I'm seeing for you is the period from now until April could be very fruitful. We're going to be having another full moon, I think, that comes in April. So the period between now and April's full moon, is when a lot of this growth, rebirth, activation can happen for Aries. The potential energy that's stored up for this month is Page of Discs or Pentacles. And notice how it almost seems like a burden, the character in this that's holding that large coin. So again, what I think some of us are afraid of, believe it or not, is either the fear of success or the burden of going towards whatever it is you're seeking. So this is saying, easy does it. Take it easy a little bit each day. It's sort of like if you had to knock down a wall, you could do it all at once, or you could sort of take your time. However you do it, it's going to disappear. Or painting a room, you do a couple walls and then you do the trim, and you take your time. So just keep at it. And what I see here as a potential is Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So this is a wonderful card for many of you. So what's happening is this is a recovery month when it comes to expenditures from last year, investments, potential losses, or for some of you, just getting to a place where you're like, I need to put more in the bank. I need to have more of a nest egg. Because really when I see this, and usually most of the Nine of Pentacles cards, it tells me someone's in a comfortable place. When I see it reversed, it shows me they've been working hard to get what they need and to get closer to the goal, but there's still work to be done. So I want you to congratulate yourself, because I can see the effort that's been sort of like underway, but there's still work to be done. So keep at it. Like I've been saying, just show up. Every day is a new day. Take a deep breath and think, all right, I'm going to do it. But I see continued wealth opportunities coming through. For those of you that are feeling unhappy at work, because I'm sensing that. If we look at the card spread here, we see Nine of Pentacles reverse, Queen of Discs reverse. We see a very burdened Page of Discs. We see the Hanged Man, and then also Judgment. For many Aries, February may be a month where you've decided now it's either something has to happen or you have to leave. It may also be a month where some of you that felt stuck are going to be able to leverage your sort of experience, which I'm seeing here, and do an upward mobility. Because if we look straight where the sword is pointing, it's right here at the King of Swords. So what it's telling me is it squarely depends upon your ability to communicate, project, like we were talking about, and also if there's anything that you need to move past in your, it's sort of like barriers at work. And I see a Queen of Swords reversed, which usually means a coworker, a boss, a peer that's quite critical. You're going to have to meet them on the level and try to keep things in a very emotion-free zone. Speak clearly, speak truthfully, use logic, truth, facts to get yourself into that projection in a space of work. Now for relationships, which we'll look at all of this when we do the extended forecast, I do see that relationships should be better this month. Even if you're feeling, a little bit pulled back at work, or you're feeling, I'm not exactly where I want to be. What I see here is, I'm telling you that work's going to pay off. Look, it's interesting how he's carrying this heavy coin, looks a little bit more mature here, a little bit more able to carry the burden. Keep your eye on your goal. So here, it may be to provide for someone in your life. It may be for the financial structure so that you can retire. It may be just the peace of mind of knowing that you're supported, you're able to be generous in your life. Maybe you want to be a philanthropist. There's a lot of reasons you might want this. I'm seeing a lot of money as your main focus this month. Money, stability, material, safety. Because if we look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least 5 of your cards here, half, are all about practical, material, financial work. The remaining ones are swords mostly, and then a sign in the center is just saying to take it easy. So communication will be very tricky probably around the second week of the month. The 10th is when things are going to kick off for you, and you're going to start to feel a shift. And maybe something that came through and felt like it wasn't the best of news shifts, and you see an out. For those of you that are looking for jobs, I see 2 to 3 opportunities coming through. And I think it's the second actually that looks the strongest for you. but I want you to continue looking at that just as something to keep you afloat and hopeful as you're working through this. For those of you looking at relationships, wondering what this means for you, I do see potential separation for some of you. Judgment for me is not as severe as justice. What it does mean is some of you need to start to decide what it is you want in a relationship. Is your partner carrying out their part of the bargain? Do you both feel like you're still engaged in a contract that feels good? Because as we age, we change. I think that every 3 to 7 years, you can reinvent yourself. You can do it in a year if you want to. I know that I feel like a much different person in 12 to 13 months. And I know that a lot of us are more capable of change than we give ourselves credit for. Sometimes the people we're with aren't on that same path, and you have to decide, can I help motivate? Can I move with them? How much more work together do we want to do? So think about that. I can see that a lot of you are feeling stuck. I'm going to pull a clarifying card to see what you can do to unstick yourself in that situation. And what I got here, interestingly enough, is Four of Swords. And Four of Swords often means you need to take it easy. So this one is showing contemplation as part of what you need to do. It's not so much about pushing through, it's about ruminating, thinking, taking it all in. And I think for the first and second weeks of the month before taking action, that's what my advice would be in matters of the heart, in relationships, or even in negotiations. Health-wise this month, many of you are going to be struggling with a little bit of a lack of either willpower, energy, and we'll look at your health card to see what you can do with that. But it's not the worst card that I'm pulling for health, because it's not like the Ten of Swords. I'm not showing death. All I'm showing is you've got a lot going on, a lot of people sort of tagging at you for time and energy. And so it's really important for you to stay focused on why you're doing it, to be very clear in your limits and your boundaries, and to not get emotional. And I still see the I don't know if it's a hawk here, or some sort of bird of prey, but what it's telling me is to continue to seek what you want, to stay higher and elevated in your thought process, and that's going to help you. Let's extend your reading and now see what's coming through for health, wealth, love, and destiny. It will help with all of these. So for your health card this month, all right, the only thing that's pulling you back is I would say it's any sort of habitual type things, food, thought processes, possibly for some of you substance abuse. But the good news here is it's a chain that you can break. It's something you already know you should be cutting back. You could think to yourself, I don't need to have that extra helping of sugar, chocolate, caffeine, alcohol, nicotine, whatever your crutch is. So break free. And in this deck, I do pay attention to numbers. So I want you by the third week of the month, by the 17th, second or third week, I want you to start to break free of that. And it's a shorter month, I think, this month. So really it is mid-month. You need to be out of whatever it is and take a baby step, maybe 2 parts. So again, if it's caffeine, cut back. Take one less drink a day of coffee or tea, and then maybe start to do a decaf in the afternoon, or try doing a half caffeinated, or just moving to decaf and see if it was just the habit alone that was pulling you in and not so much the substance. What this is going to do for you particularly is going to open up your throat chakra, even a little bit of the heart chakra, and this is going to help in your communication. So your health is directly related to your communication ability. And also, I do feel like it's going to help with energy, particularly those of you that are abusing sort of stimulants. Let go of that this month, and you're going to feel a boon in energy towards the end of the month. Okay, now let's take a look at what's affecting your ability for wealth and abundance, so your wealth card. Let's give this one a good shuffle. You know what? This card wants to come instead. All right, so for some of you, it's a sense of overly critical thoughts either from you or from this Queen of Swords. It could be, very strong Aquarius or Libra in your life, or Gemini that's basically giving you too much pressure, too much of a critical eye of what you think is, or what they think is appropriate for you. I want you to just do what feels good for you. So the failure is an illusion, and what I like you to look at here is that everything's an opportunity, and they're lessons. So I actually don't think anything's an accident. Sometimes we're presented with a sort of a fork in the road where we can either take an easier path or we can go through a lot more trouble. We're going to get the same end result, but sometimes we need to struggle in order to appreciate. So basically it gives you context. Another way to say this is, if you were always up here, you wouldn't realize you were up here. So when you come down, then you're like, oh my God, it feels so good to come back up. And you might even be able to go higher because of your gratitude and appreciation. Does that make sense? And the same thing happens on a spiritual path when we integrate energy. We go up a little bit and then we come down, then we go up a little higher and then we come down. The goal is to keep going higher. So when you come down, think, all right, that's just a bump. I'm going to go way higher next time, and I'll be appreciative for not being in this place. So whatever you think it was, whether it was financial or health or just, gosh, I should have thought this through a little bit more, it's not really as bad as you think. It's a cycle. You'll move past it. You'll be able to also relate to other people in the future and help them see that they're not failing either. They're learning. I wish we just called it learning. It would be a lot easier. Oh, I'm so sorry, you have more to learn. Or, you're learning your way through this. There's this thing that in corporate America, fail fast. I don't think that's a good way. I would just say learn more. And maybe make it easier in the long run. I mean, once you have a little bit more information, it's not as painful. Anyway, I'm talking too much. So health, wealth, love. Let's take a look and see what's coming through for love. And for this one, it's actually encouraging you to go after what you're looking for and to be true to yourself with the emotions. So embracing your emotions. For some of you, there might be suppression either through your family, their expectations of you, societal pressures. I was just mentioning that. So if there is something where you're repressing, you're pushing back, you're not feeling like you can be free. Look at this. I do like that. Whatever. I like unicorns. I like fantasy stuff. It's cool because what it's saying is go after what you really believe and want. There's other people that want that as well. So embrace it. And you'd be surprised sometimes how when you're truly whatever you want to be, and this can be, so if it's emotions and you're someone that's really happy and you want to maybe take a route of, I don't know, you're in a job where you just can't be happy all the time. Move towards something where that infectious laughter and joy can be part of how you become successful. If you want to do something playful and you can't do that where you're at, move towards that or find an outlet for it. And also, if you're in a relationship and your partner is not recognizing something that you want to do, you have to have a conversation about that, because our emotions are really key. We both have to feel fulfilled in a situation, and that's what this is saying. So if there's parts of yourself that you can't share, you've got to find a way to bring those out, express them, and move past them. Okay? And now let's take a look at, we looked at health, wealth, love. It's time for your destiny card. I'm trying to rotate through some of these decks each month, but this one's calling to you. Okay, so this is a follow-up of what we were looking at with the embracing the emotions. There's an overall sense this month for gentleness as well, because I see healing, overcoming failure, embracing emotions, and knowing that the solitude is sometimes self-imposed. You notice the figure in this card is not looking out towards others. It's all introspective. So what I'd love for you guys to do in order to open up both your wealth, which we looked in, it seems like some of you are feeling stuck, and that failure card also goes really nicely with the Hanged Man. Talk to others. If you're feeling frustrated, likeliness is other people are feeling frustrated. You're not alone. And if you engage with the right kind of people, I don't want this to be sort of like gossip or things like that, but you could actually affect change. That's how revolutions happen. That's how Positive change can be brought about, petitions, things like that. It could be some of you need to get behind a purpose. It could be politics. That's not really my cup of tea, but for some of you, it might be something about changing the world on a different level. Maybe it doesn't have to always be through spiritual. It could be through political, through business, through practical matters. So find whatever it is and rally with others like you, and don't be afraid to express your point of view when it comes to that. So the emotions could be passion about a cause in life. So maybe it is about saving animals, and you want to really sort of engage with other people involved with like no-kill shelters or whatever, or adoption, things like that. That's what you need to do to sort of pull together all of these disparate parts so that you can be a much stronger version of yourself and project whatever it is you want and bring it closer. I mentioned this in some of my one-on-one counseling sessions, but there's a sort of a misconceived notion of how the universe opens up things. Often you think that, oh, I'm going to make a decision and it ripples. But what actually happens is you plant the seed and it comes back towards you, and in a series of opportunities and events, there's always free will. So the dominoes come this way after you plant the seed in the future, because this is sort of the weird way that metaphysics work. At least that's how I've experienced it in my life. So yes, your catalyst moment is to stop standing still, to start moving. But what's really powerful is that the minute you decide it's possible, it already has happened. And then what happens is you're just stepping your way to that opportunity. So that's my sort of really optimistic end for this month, is that decide where you want to be and realize that you're already there. You just now it's the in-between time. It makes it easier, right? So again, maybe for you it's that you want to be a doctor or something, and you know exactly when, and even though it may seem like a long time, it's already happened on one path, on one decision path. All you have to do is stay with the decision path and it happens. Okay? Let me see if there's anything else that I'll just do a quick summary because it was a lot of information. The keynote for this month is moving past stagnation, with the Hangman as your crowning card. First week or so, you're going to be thinking about how to get out of this. Around the middle of the month, I do see you breaking free of that. There's a lot of focus with material stability this month. So know that I see an improvement around the 10th. I saw another one around the 17th, where if you heal yourself, you're going to be able to reap the benefits. Be very careful with communication. Really don't tune into other people if they're too critical of you. You need to be like the King of Swords, someone capable of holding their own, going higher, going brighter and lighter than other people. And know that as your final card is showing me that you're in a really good position towards the end of the month. In regards to love, I really see that this is a month to work through any stagnation in existing relationships per the Hanged Man, and make a decision and stick with it. Don't sit and beat yourself up or your spouse or your partner about what's been going on. And I see if you can get past that, there is great possibilities. For those of you that are single, middle to end of the month is looking better for dating. I am seeing an a strong air sign because it's a King of Swords. So it could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Be careful of any sort of critical air signs in your life, however. And typically, look-wise, these are people that have darker hair, darker eyes. So there's a lot of swords coming through. And towards the beginning of the month, I skipped over this for dating. There is a potential also of a Queen of Discs, but what I'm seeing here is like your ideal mate would actually be the air sign. The Queen of Discs is showing me needing more from you. This could be a mother figure, an aunt, or just a partner that really wants a lot of your time. And if you're trying to find a mate, it would be much better in this case to probably go for the King of Swords. Both of the queens are reversed. Both of them are either, this one's a little critical, this one's a little bit needing of time and energy. Okay? Hope that helped. I really enjoy being able to connect with everybody every month. And what I'm going to try to do this month is put out one meditation video too. I've been telling people that I'd help with that. So I may do one, maybe two, but I want to pace myself on that, and I'll see what feels right for you guys this month. I do offer a series of services from traditional readings to life coaching to guided meditation, so I'd like to put a sampling up in case anyone's interested. Anyway, thank you very much, and thanks for all the support. I say it every month, but I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for the likes, the subscribes, and all of the encouragement. It really does help make these monthly videos worthwhile, and I try to read everything. I really can only reply to a very specific question. Otherwise, I try to hit like and let you know that I've read it, and I appreciate it. If you ever would like a personal reading, I have a couple weeks back up right now. I think it's almost into the next month, but feel free to go to my website, set up an appointment, and I would love to connect with you. In the meantime, have a great month, and I'll see you again in March. Hard to believe we're progressing through the year, but anyway, take care of yourselves. Satnam.